said?
Wanted to try.
Yes, you can go on, Doc.
For like in terms of okay memory, a computer can keep things for future use. Yeah, it's there to like to keep documents. You can open a document and keep things. Then for operation, it has a keyboard and all that. You can type and everything. You work like the way the computer operates. Then the speed, like the computer has is fast. You can really okay. It works at a very speed. At the what? I don't know how I can put it, but it works fast according to the way it operates. That's what I can say about the whole thing. I don't know about others.
Okay, thank you. Though I've only gotten the last part, but I'm sure what you were saying was in the right track. Yeah, I think I need to cut on that one. Yeah, so the dog is saying it operates faster. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, Doc Barton had put everything out there. He said a computer is an electronic device that operates under a set of instructions that are stored in its memory. So the first question was saying in terms of memory. So we're saying it is stored in its memory that can and it can accept the information. So it's the data before it processes data first. Then then that data will be processed. After it is processed, what will happen of it? It will become useful information. And when it becomes useful information, that information is the first thing is going to be first stored by the computer, so that in case um, a similar operation was to be a similar input was to be done, it's going to give out a faster output. So it does two things at the same time: stores the information, and at the same time that does what stores outputs the required information to the user. So in terms of memory, just like we have said, in terms of memory can be memory for a computer can be in form of RAM and ROM. I'm sure there's even a question coming down based on this, so I won't talk about this very much. So just like I was saying, when it takes that data, it has to manipulate it and create what useful information. So someone promised before.
We did.
But I remember when we were doing commerce, we had what we used to call the factors of yeah numbers. It can be form of words, images, things that you just input that has not yet been processed. It's the same like you're throttling. Then you go and output without understanding what you have been throttling for the exam. You just go and output. So basically, you have not jobbed information. That's why you call it jobbing data, because you're just inputting and you're not even processing it. You're just going to output it like that without processing it. So it just goes into your mind and you go and output it without processing it. But it becomes useful information if you check those notes, you look at Zomda notes, you understand the concept behind it, then you can even you put it into physical life examples. Then if someone was to look at you, they would say that this person, when you're talking about this same information that you have processed, they'll be saying this person has indeed dropped the right information. We're not going to say data, but we're going to say information. I don't know if I don't know if I've answered that question. So the speed is
Yes,
just
please.
like
That's okay.
Yes, Dr. Saying?
I'm asking if you could kindly repeat on operation.
On operation. Okay. Yes, I was talking of its operation. A computer, just like I said, the computer works or operates on a specific data. The issue of the decode, there is what do you call it? Fetch, decode. That one is what? Fetch, decode, fetch, decode. Is it output? Yeah. That process basically is the operation I'm talking about. Mainly, I'm just talking about the operation that the CPU does of the yeah. So you input your data, and your data can be any raw material that you input in the computer. It can be in form of images, audio. What else? It can be binary digits. It can be anything that you can input, but it is not a processed thing. It is basically just it is something you're just inputting. It's unprocessed information, so to say. Then the computer works on it. Okay, this person has inputted this and this. What am I supposed to output? Basically, you're going to discover that that thing is going to come out in a way that when that thing has been processed, it's going to come out in a way that you can understand it. It'll be in a useful way. I never used to understand this concept of data and input until I had I had a what, how can I put it? I had seen Doxy, when it was, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was creating a program by then. That was in February somewhere. I don't know what you're creating, Doc, but I remember you're creating something. Then the only thing I was seeing was my numbers and my question marks and commas and whatever. So basically, it never made sense to me what he was typing. I was just seeing to my comma, to my zero, my numbers. But when when he had finished what he was doing, he pressed on whatever I don't know where he had pressed on for the computer to process what he was typing. It came out and it was a web page. Like it was a processed thing after the input of those zeros, the commas, the numbers, whatever he was putting, I don't know. So basically, that's the analysis on operation of a computer. So a computer can do a lot of things at the same time. It can multitask. You can also put it under operation. It has a very high speed in terms of processing. Yeah. So basically, that's what I can say about memory operation and speed of a computer. Unless you can add something, subtract something to the question.
So for speed, just saying high speed is enough.
Okay. For you can say high speed, but I feel like you can also put in the issue of the system clock. I don't know if that would be enough. Hello.
Can I answer? Maybe I'm just trying to answer maybe this one for speed.
Yes, you can go on.
Yeah, for speed, I can say maybe like at the University of Zambia, right? Maybe we are too many. Long time ago, they were used to use like a system like maybe they are like people. They are the one who is sorting like, oh, maybe these people have got maybe 20 points, 30 points, maybe 80 points. Like, yeah, they were the people who were able to do that. Now there's a computer whereby they just feed the computer with the data, and now once they feed okay, they are just going to put the limit at all. These people have got this point at this point, it's just going to go directly. So they are just click the enter and then it should distribute. So that's the speed which they are talking about. I think maybe if I'm yeah, I think so. So it's very fast and
Exactly, Doc.
quick in that.
Exactly. You've added more right on that one as well. Yes, exactly. The way that people used to do was counted off by a computer. A computer is fast. When you're using Excel, just go there, you type the number. It even does the calculations for you. So in terms of doing work at in a shorter period of time, that's where we'll be bringing the computer. So in terms of speed, yeah, if you're talking about the CPU, you can say the speed is calculated in gigahertz. Yeah, so those are some of the concepts you can put under speed, operation, and memory of a computer. Are there any questions, additions, subtractions, or we'll go on question number 2? Hello?
It's clear.
Thank you. We can go on to. Let's be communicating and contributing, guys.
Yes, let's go.
Let's make this meeting. Yeah. Number 2. Okay, number 2. Give a brief history of the University of Zambia.
Can I try? Okay.
Yes, Doc.
The brief history of University of Zambia. After the colonial rule, then our forefather wakaunda na wanangwe. They sat down. Wado chafira fene papa. Then after checking amchado chonse, they found that each country had its own university. So that's when they had to build in a that was in 1965. Papa. Then after it was done, then the first intake, which was the first intake was in 1966. Yeah, somewhere there. They even came up with the motto, okay. Is it excellence and service? What is your thing?
Excellent. I think he has captured everything. Doc Byton has captured everything about the history of the University of Zambia. Yeah, he has captured everything. Maybe the only thing you can just add on to what Doc Byton has said, maybe is just to look at the faculties that are at the University of Zambia. I think that's something that you can just add on to. Maybe also talk about maybe just talk a little bit about maybe where we can find the rules and regulations or that govern the University of Zambia. And I think you'll be home and dry when we talk about the brief history of the University of Zambia. Are there any questions? Number 2. Any additions?
I'm not clear.
You're not clear.
No.
Okay, let me just try to summarize on what Dr. Bate was saying. The University of Zambia was created initially under the act that was made in Parliament, the Act of 1965. Then the school was created. It was created and it came into operation in 1966. And the first intake of students that ever appeared, that ever started learning at the University of Zambia, were those that started their first to the first day they became students was on the 17th of March. I think it would be important for you to know the date, 17th of March of 1966. Then after that, the University of Zambia, as the laws and regulations that govern it are found in the Act of Parliament. It should be, if not 1995, then 205, somewhere there, because of my amendments and enactments to that. Then also, what else have I not talked about? Yeah, also maybe some of the faculties that you are supposed to know about the University of Zambia. Basically, when I say faculties, I'm just talking about the schools that are at the University of Zambia, so the term should not confuse you. We have a School of Medicine. We have a School of Nursing, which was newly established. That was this year. I think maybe it might be important for you to know that. Then the School of Engineering, the School of Humanities. Yeah, so basically, you're supposed to know those. You're supposed to, at least where you are, you're supposed to know at least 8 faculties that are at the University of Zambia. Yeah, then I think that's a little bit more of it. unless if they are to specify why they even talk about the university governance, like from the vice chancellor maybe to you as a student, unless if they are to specify on that. But since the question was just give a brief history of the University of Zambia, you can just talk about that. Then you can also put in that yes, doc.
No, you can finish, but I have a question when you're done. Or I can ask now.
You can ask now. I'm even done.
I just wanted to find out where what comprises the council, the school council, where the vice chancellor, what is the chancellor falls, and who appoints the chancellor, and where is his office and the function of the same chancellor, because I've not seen his office on campus and I don't know who appoints him. I was told his office is in the UK and whatnot, so I want to be clear on that one.
Yeah, on that one. Okay, anyone to answer that question? Anyone to answer that question? Anyone to help us with the answer to that question? Or anyone who has an idea to answer the question? You have just said there is vice chancellor, vice chancellor. Now the question is, where is the chancellor? Is he in UK? Yes, yes, you continue, Doc.
According to the information that I so far have,
okay,
basically that is directing to the University of Zambia and these other public universities.
Yes, Doc.
The vice chancellor is appointed by the president. Okay, that is correct. And therefore, ever since 1966, the chancellor was the president. The Republican president was the chancellor.
Exactly.
And if you are to follow the documentaries, we're able to see that most of the graduations that used to happen, Dr. Kaunda was the one that was spearheading it as the chancellor. Even today, I think the chancellor is the president.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. Anyone else with an addition or different view to that answer?
It's just a question. So the ruling president automatically becomes the chancellor.
Exactly. Okay, let me put it in this way. Unless maybe I haven't gotten my facts correctly, but what I know is the door. But what I know is the reason why when you guys were protesting, I don't think you went to any other place apart from. Weren't you guys heading for what? Heading for to State House. And when you are going to State House, you are the mission of saying the vice chancellor should be removed. Why weren't they going to the chancellor's home or house or office? So basically, the point there is just like the way Dr. Charles has put it. I think that's what I know. Unless otherwise. But what I know is the president is actually the supreme owner of the University of Zambia, unless otherwise. Because the vice chancellor position, meaning the one who appoints, the one to support the president has a lot of duties, right? So the vice chancellor is there to help in coordination of the school I would say in absence of the president, so to say. So basically, he is the supreme controller, and he is the one who has the power to remove or to add the new chancellor, the new vice chancellor or not to that. Yeah, that's what I know. So automatically, if a president becomes the president, then automatically they are the what? They are the what? They are the chief chancellor or they are the chancellor of the university.
Oh, okay, good. But Google is giving me a different answer. I know it's not everything we get from Google that is right, but it was saying Professor Mbira Lakson is the chancellor. So I don't know. I'm a bit confused now. Yeah,
Then the vice is
Professor Luke Mumba.
I just know of the vice. Maybe it might be, but ah. Okay, just like the way Doc
Is that one Professor Luke Mumba? Is he not the Vice Chancellor?
Yeah, now according to the information I got, it said the chancellor is Professor Mbwira Lakson.
then Mumba.
Luke Mumba is the vice chancellor. Then Mbwira Lakson is the chancellor.
Yeah, then I think I can answer it in this way. I think I can answer it in this way. I remember when this one I've remembered something actually. I remember when the School of Medicine people were graduating. That's when we okay, usually the just like the way uh, yeah Doc Charles had put it, from the inception of the institution, from what I'm analyzing now, from the inception of the institution, the chancellor was the president. I think maybe from the years that went after that, after the institution, maybe that's when now the president now started appointing the vice and the main chancellor. Because at a certain time, I remember it should be quite this year when the resident doctors were graduating. Yeah, there was the chancellor and the should be in the vice chancellor. Yeah, I think I saw that. So I think from my view, I would put it that yes, there is there is a chancellor, but you never see him. You only see him maybe when it comes to the issue of my graduations, when things become critical. The one that is there to act like, in fact, no. Why am I even arguing with myself? There should be no there should be no chancellor apart from the president. There should be no. And okay, but I'll try to go and confirm on that one. I think on the next DME meeting, I'll come and confirm on that one. But from what I know, because even when you listen to the audio for the DME, the one that they sent us on the website, on the Moodle website, I don't remember them saying anything about the chancellor. What I remember is the leadership, the decrease of leadership at the University of Zambia started from the vice chancellor. I don't remember it started from the chancellor, but I'll just go and confirm. I'll listen to the audio. Maybe it was me who was not. We didn't get the point nicely on that one. I don't know if your question has been answered or partially answered.
Partially answered. Okay, you promised that you will bring more information in our next meeting.
Okay, exactly. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can go on question number 3.
Wait,
Differentiate between the yes, Dr. Martin.
yes. What did you say about the laws that govern the school? Is it?
Your voice is low. I can barely get you.
Yes, I'm saying. What did you say about the laws that govern the school? Is it the university? Is it?
About
the
hello?
law? Yes, the rules. Did you get me? Yes, I'm saying. What did
I
you
didn't
say?
get you.
You said something
No,
about
I
the
didn't get you.
laws that govern the institution.
Okay. Let me just try something. I hope it will be audible enough. Okay.
Service and excellence. And this motto has guided the development of the university since its inception.
It's audible.
The University of Zambia operations are guided by the Higher Education Act. You may want to take interest in reading the Higher Education Act so that you are acquainted with the provisions which are in that act. The governance structure of the University. The structure of the University of Zambia is such that there is a university council, which oversees the operations of the University of Zambia and makes all the big decisions regarding.
Hope it's audible enough.
This council is is assisted by principal officers who are headed by the Vice Chancellor, followed by the Deputy Vice Chancellor.
You have gotten that point, Ka? So there is no chancellor at the University of Zambia. Hello? Or was I out? No?
Oh, we're getting.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've answered your question on the rules and regulations from the same audio.
What are the functions of the deputy vice chancellor?
Yeah, so exactly now. So I'm sure what Google meant. Google by saying chancellor actually meant vice chancellor. So basically, there is no chancellor there apart from the vice chancellor and this deputy. I hope I've officially answered the first question that we had.
Just to add on that one, Doc. Probably when you Googled it, it gave you a chancellor. We've got what we call provice.
Yes, Doc.
Chancellor. Yes, a provice chancellor, which is probably more superior than the vice chancellor, but not really that person is the chancellor. But if you search on the Google, you're going to find out to say, in the year 1965, we're told that the council was set, and we're told that there was a chairman, and the chairman was Kaunda as the top chancellor, and then there was the provice and the vice chancellor. So which means that which we are talking about could be the provice chancellor, not really that is a chancellor.
Okay.
But all along, Dr. Kaunda was responsible for the chancellor.
Okay. I'm sure now all queries have been answered. Doc. Hello.
We move.
Okay, we can move. I think I'll spend a lot of time on this one. Number 3, differentiate between data and information. I think in my explanations, I ended up answering this question. So I don't expect us to stay on this question for a long time, because I think I had answered on this question. Isn't it? We can even move to question number 4. Should we even solve number 3? Okay, someone can just come out and give us a first answer, then we go on number 4. Am I audible?
Okay, let me just differentiate the two.
Okay, thank you.
Are you guys able to get me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We know that data and information are similar words, but they are not the same, and they can be differentiated in terms of computers and also in terms of statistics. But I want to focus on the part for computer. So in terms of computer, just like what he was explaining at first, data, we can put it as something which is an input into a computer, or what you tell the computer to do. Then information is just the output, something that you get after you input something. That becomes your information. So that differentiates the two, data and information.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc. Unless there are questions, you can go on number 4. I think he has explained nicely on that. So you can, if you want, you can go the statistics way in mathematics, or you can go the computer way. But this is DME, so try by all means to make it to be in computers like the way the Doc has done, to be helpful actually. Yeah, thank you very much, Doc, for that. We can go on question number 4. And the question is saying, describe the process, the registration process of the student at UNZA. That's the first question. Describe the registration process. But we'll pass through this process, so I don't expect us to waste a lot of time on this one. Should we? Hello. Okay, since we have a lot of questions, I don't want us to waste a lot of time. So I'll say I will give the answer for A, while someone will come for the answer for B. So A, you go at Onza, then you're a student there. You'll be given a computer number, and you'll be given a platform, a SIS platform before Moodle comes in, a SIS platform, a student information system platform. So when you check on that system, the first thing you're going to see is awaiting student input, meaning that you have the job of going to the dean of your school to go and input the courses that you're supposed to do. I'm sure we did that. We went there to our deans. Should be went to the natural sciences. Yeah. Then there they gave us the courses, the DME. They gave us, I think it should be a confirmation something. Yeah. After everything has been compiled and on your SIS account, it's no longer going to show awaiting student input. It's now going to be showing awaiting awaiting approval. By awaiting approval, it means you have to go back to your dean's office there to go and approve if those courses that you have on your Moodle site, also on your C site, are actually the courses you're going to be taking. So that's what we are doing. We are going there to check. Some of us were having 9 courses that we are showing. I don't know if maybe some of us are even having the same 9 courses. They were having courses from natural sciences department and also courses from the medicine and the nursing school. Sorry, yeah, so to put it. So you went there to confirm on that. Then they approved that no, these courses are the ones you're supposed to be taking. And after they are waiting approval, this on the site, on the same C site, I hope you're taking note of the stages, the way they're going and the way they're changing on the site. So after awaiting approval, it's going to change from awaiting approval to awaiting payment. I think this one was the one that brought a lot of issues where we're making numbers as if we want to be fed by, like Jesus Christ was feeding the 5,000. And basically, on the awaiting payment, that's where the issues were. I remember us going there to the bazaar's office, some to the natural science department, natural sciences, School of Natural Sciences, there to go and confirm on that. So the waiting payment there meant that you're supposed to pay. And those that were on bursary, they had to pay the medicals, the other fees. Yeah. Then for those that were not on bursary, they were supposed to pay 25% of the initial 32,000. Then after that was accomplished and everything was done, that's why now the system no longer changed. The system now changed from awaiting payment. I hope it changed for you because I think mine it changed. Unless I put it up, it changes from awaiting payment. Then it comes to show registered there. When it shows registered, then it means you have been officially registered as a student. Then from there, that's why now even your Moodle site came in. You're now a student. Yeah, so basically that's the registration process that you guys pass through and that I pass through, unless I don't know how you pass through it or how you jumped to be I don't know. But basically that's the registration process. And that's the description. I don't know if I was audible enough or I was too fast, but I hope you got something from what I said. Hello? Am I in?
Yes, it was clear.
It's clear.
Hello?
Yes, Doc, we can get what you're saying.
Okay, thank you. I thought I wasn't audible. I should be getting to my responses, guys. Yeah, so basically, any questions on that, or we can move to B of question number question number 4. I'm sure we can move to B. Okay, so B is saying describe the university governance from vice chancellor to the least authority. this authority, meaning the last person in authority, who is he? Isn't I'd say a tutor. No, it's not even an authority. Yeah, this authority. Come on, help us on this one.
Authority
In my
meaning
classmates,
you have to add with it.
I didn't get you. You were saying?
I'm saying that to the we have saying you are saying that authority, so meaning that you have to add the tutor or the student.
As I was saying, you can just send it on the student. It's okay.
Doc, can I try?
Okay. Oh, you can try.
Yes, you can come in.
Okay. So we'll start from the University Council. I don't know who these people are, but yes, the University Council. Then the principal officers. These include the Vice Chancellor,
Okay.
the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Librarian, the Registrar, the Dean of Students, the Bazaar. Then we go to the school. Oh, sorry. The deans. Yeah. Then the lecturers.
Okay, I think that's enough. You can just send it in. Okay, exactly. I don't know if you have gotten that, but basically that's the answer. The deputy, the vice chancellor, the deputy, and from the deputy, who do we go to?
The librarian.
Isn't it the dean of academic affairs? The dean of academic affairs, then the librarian, then the registrar, the bazaar,
The registrar falls under
and the deans of the school.
The
Hello?
registrar falls and
You are saying what, Doc?
is in the third position. The registrar is in the third position, I think.
The registrar is in the third
From the
position.
vice chancellor.
Isn't supposed? Isn't the registrar? The registrar is supposed to come after the librarian.
Ah.
I think that's the case. Okay, let me just try to. Yeah, because I just left on the road beyond the same point was that. So I think they can just confirm for us.
The University of Zambia is a university council, which oversees the operations of the University of Zambia and makes all the big decisions regarding council assisted by principal officers who are headed by the vice chancellor, followed by the deputy vice chancellor, the librarian, the registrar, dean of students, and the bursar. These are known as the principal officers of the.
Okay. Yeah. So the registrar comes after the librarian. I don't know if I've gotten that. We can go on question number 5, unless there are questions on that one. So number 5 is, how many installments do you have to pay? Do you pay as a first year student? How many installments do you pay as a first year student? How many installments do you pay as a first year student?
4.
That are not under budget. 4. Okay, thank you. It's 4. Yeah, it's 25. Exactly, thank you. It's 4. You have to pay 25%, 25%. No, sorry, not 25%. Is it 25? Yeah, 25% at each installment. 25 times 25 plus 25, it will give you 100. So 4 times 25 is 100. Huh? So it's 4 installments.
I have a question. One last one. Sorry to take you back on the previous question.
Yes, you can come in.
Yeah, I wanted to find out, is it true that the student union can fire the VC, can like demand the firing of the DC of the VC? Like what happened? Was that was what the president was saying tangible, or he was just using emotions?
He was upset. From what I know, he was upset. Unless otherwise, but from what I know, he was upset. He was upset.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I don't think he has the power to do that, because if he had the power to do that, then there would be no need of going for a protest. He would have just commanded. What, all the lecturers to come back and start working. At the same time, he could have fired them. Could have been fired, but they are not yet fired. Why? It's because he doesn't have such powers. He doesn't have such powers, unless otherwise. Unless I don't know, but from what I know, he was just using emotions. He was upset. Even when you look at the video, he was upset. But it's even not. So I'm sure that's what happened. Too much of serotonin in the body.
In,
Yeah, we can go on. But
in
yes, Doc.
in other ways, the unions just provides checks and balances to the management, not really that they can fire someone.
They are prefect. Exactly. Thank you, Doc. They're just that. Can a prefect fire the headmaster? So, in as much as you are upset as a prefect, you can just say that out of emotions, but you can't. You being the head boy, you can't say I'm going to fire the headmaster. I don't know if that example is tangible, but I hope you get the analysis from there. So it's just like a prefect, a university prefect, in other words. Hello, hello.
We can continue.
Can I get a feedback?
We can get you.
Okay,
Can
thank
hear
you.
you.
We can
Okay,
get you.
thank you. Number 6. Explain the differences between the lamb and the rom. Well, number 6. What are the differences between those two words? Or maybe you can just use them interchangeably. They're the same. What do you think?
Doc.
Yes, yes, Doc.
Yes. That I think the difference between RAM and ROM
Mhm,
is that one, this one read only memory.
mhm.
Yes, the ROM one. ROM you can only read it, but I think it's not tangible. And I don't know.
Doc, can I try?
And then
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
the RAM memory is those like a USB and also a memory card. The memory that the the storage that you put into a computer and
okay.
submit.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Doc. Okay, I've gotten 2 points from her before Doc Nonzibo comes in. I've gotten 2 points from her. The first difference is on the name itself. Even the name is a difference. The other one is read. The other one is random access memory. Then the other one is read-only memory. So the difference number 1 there. In difference number 2, just like the way she has put it, I think I've had the issue of flash disk, and yeah. So even that can be wrong. Yes. Yeah. We can also put it that way. Yes. Yes, Dr. Nonzipo, you can come in.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trying though. I think the difference between RAM and ROM, the random access memory is short term, while the read only memory is long term. If I'm wrong, please correct me. That's what I think.
Okay. Thank you. I think that should be the case. Lam. What's lam? That's the main point. What's lam? Because when you
Well,
talk of yes, doc.
RAM, according to those initials, that is random access memory, and it deals with the fastness of the computer.
Okay, exactly. I'll put it that way as well too. Yeah. So the same RAM can also be called. I think this one also even came in our quiz. The read write memory, and it is a type of memory that is volatile at the same time. So just like the way Dr. Nzipo had put it, unless I'm the one who is mixing things up, RAM is not a permanent thing as compared to a ROM. ROM is a little bit permanent. It depends with you, the owner, now to delete or not to delete. So, the way I remember it is when you just check your phone, when you go up and down, in fact, when you're buying a phone, they usually show it on the boxes. They will say RAM is this, then ROM is 16 GB, 13 GB. So you can get the analysis just from there. So the RAM basically contains the information about the controlling of the computer. I would put it like that. And information is in a way that it is volatile. I don't know if you know what it means by volatile. Volatile means when if on that computer you're typing something, then the power just goes. Let me use an example of a desktop. Then it switches off. Whatever you are doing has been lost. So that's one difference you can get from LOM. But from LOM, even if power was to go, you still find the same video that you had left in your flash disk or something. Yeah. So basically, that's an example that we can use on the differences between LAM and ROM. And if there are questions, we can go on we can go on question number 7. Number 7, the central processing.
Yes, what are
Hello,
some of the
I didn't get you.
examples?
You're saying yes, I used an example of a phone. I used two examples. I used an example of a phone and of a desktop computer. Then with this load shedding, you're typing something, you haven't saved it, but you're typing something. Then power immediately goes. Because LAM is volatile, it means immediately the power goes, even whatever you are doing has gone. But for ROM, if something was stored on your ROM disk or in your ROM of the computer, basically it means even if power was to go, you're going to, when you turn on your computer, so your desktop, there's a desktop computer. When you turn on your desktop, you'll still find that information intact the way you had left it. It's more of you have left some information, you have left some data on a flash disk. Then after power goes, you still find the same information in your flash disk. Is it going to disappear because power had gone when you're watching that movie? No, you still find it. Yeah, so basically that's some of the differences. The main differences that we can look on LAM. So I'd said the first difference is on the name itself. The difference is on the name itself, and also on the examples that I've given as well. You can also look up to that as the differences. Then also LAM can also be called main memory at some time, and at the same point it can also be called the read write memory. So you have to know those two terms that I've talked of. Very important, I think so. Unless there are questions, you can go on number 7. The central processing unit.
Sorry, just when you said a flash, is it an example of ROM or RAM?
A flash. Okay. Look, I won't use a flash as an example. I don't want to use a flash. I want to use. What do I want to use? I want to use a CD-ROM. I think even I can even put a flash where. Okay, but basically I want to use no. I don't want to use a flash because we can categorize it as removable storage examples of removable storage. What? But I don't know if you have ever operated on a computer or on a laptop or something. You usually find a point when you're going to the files of a computer, like on the device of a computer. You find a point like where it shows pictures or found in a computer. When you click on where is it in this PC or this computer, so to say, you find a point where to show you the folders that you have in your computer, and it also show you where it's in devices and drives. It will show you where it's in local disk. In other computers, it's sitting as CD-ROM. Yeah, so basically that's an example of what okay. It's the information that is found. I'll put it this way: it is more of the storage that the computer has, where you can put in your data, like your personal information, even if maybe that personal information is not relating to the operation of that computer. Just like in your phone, when you go on about of your phone, if you go to settings, then on about of your phone, about of your phone, it will show you a point where it says RAM and ROM. It will show you maybe your RAM is maybe 1.2. So that basically means that the processing of your computer, it processes your computer at a memory of 1.2 GB. Then the ROM is the space that that your phone has, where you can store your information. This is where you even store your what, where you even store your information, and where you even store your files, your books. Like on my phone, like on my phone. I don't know if it's showing this side. The same way it's showing not enough storage space. This not enough storage space is not for the RAM, but it is for the ROM of my phone. I don't know if I've answered that question, or I've tried to answer it. I don't know if you have gotten the concept behind it.
It's clear. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. So this is 2202. We started at 2209. So that's when we're going to end. Exactly 1 hour from now. Exactly 7 minutes from now. So let's end on number 8 or 9, somewhere there. Number 7, the central processing unit is a very important part of a computer. Give facts that you know about the system. I think I've exhausted some of them in my explanation, so you can just quickly come out and tell us what you think about the facts about the CPU.
Doc.
Yes, you can. You can come in.
Yes. I think the central processing unit fact is that it is a long-term memory.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
submit.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much. What else? Okay. So she has talked about it being the main memory of the computer. Yes, the CPU contains the main memory of the computer. It's where the everything that talks is more of. This is where we even find the motherboard. If you are to open the what, this is where we get to the issue of every operation that is done in the computer is done by the CPU. We have the arithmetic
And
the arithmetic logic unit, the one for calculation. We have the registrar, the one that does the storing. What else have I missed? Even the main, same time you can find the ROM, but basically I want to talk about the RAM. So it is the one that is even in charge of coordinating between secondary and the primary memory sources of a computer. So there are many things that you can talk about the CPU, but because of time, I would want us to move on number 8. Unless someone wants to add on something or subtract, you can go on 8. Okay. Number 8. Briefly explain on the withdrawal process of a university student at UNZA. Briefly explain on the withdrawal process of a student at UNZA. it's already time. It's already too late for you and I to withdraw. But at the point in time where you wanted to withdraw, I'm sure maybe in March somewhere there, what process would you have taken if you wanted to withdraw?
You have to write, I think, a letter. Vice Chancellor. No.
I didn't get the question. I didn't get your voice. I'm not getting your voice. What are you saying again? Hello, Doc.
Yes, I think you have to visit those officers there and like write a handwritten letter explaining reasons why you want to withdraw. And
Okay.
the period of time matters. Like if it's more than 3 months, I think a refund, there's no refund. But depending on the period of withdrawal, percentages can be calculated. 50%, but there's no 100% withdrawal.
Exactly. Thank you very much. You have actually explained everything. It's very important for you to do documentation, just like the way she has put it. And you have to look for best. I don't know if I'll call them excuses or reasons why you're going to withdraw. Then there should be documentation supporting those reasons. Then also, like she has put it, there is time frame for you to withdraw, not withdraw. If you withdraw within 2 weeks, you'll be refunded 90%. There is no 100% like she has put it. If you withdraw, if you withdraw in more than 2 weeks but less than 15 weeks, you can be given 50%. But when you withdraw and in more than 15 weeks, that's almost after 3 months, you're not going to be refunded, because the reason there is because some of your papers were marked by tutors, you are taught by lecturers, you are attending labs, and all of those reasons that they would give you. Yeah, so that's the withdrawal process. The number 9. I think we went on number 9. What is a software, and give examples of softwares that you know and explain them. What is a software? And give examples of softwares that you know and explain them. What is a software?
Doc,
Yes, you can come in.
yes, I think a software, these ha, okay. Let me go to the hardware first. I
You get the opposite of the hardware.
mm,
Okay, yes, you can continue.
yes, hardware. I'm thinking that these are things we can touch, like the mouse, and then
Yes,
software is what is inside the computer.
more of the
I
programs
submit.
and okay, exactly. So a software, these are the programs that run up a computer. They're not the tangible things, but they are those that are inside the computer. And examples of them, we have what we call the application programs, application softwares. These are the types of softwares where you put yourself, that are not for the operation of the computer, like the main operation of the computer, but they're just there for your own amusement, for your own work. Examples of them is Microsoft Office. That's an application program or software. Examples of that. Another example, the games you put, even in your phone. Even in your phone, because a phone is an example of a computer. The apps that you put in, the Bible, Quizlet, what else? What else do you put? Whatever you put in there, Google Meet. Those are examples of application softwares. Then there is operating system now. Those are the those are the instructions, or basically I would say that's the main, that's the inbuilt applications that control the operations of the computer. And we basically have different examples of softwares. I don't know if Android is an example of a software. I don't know about that, but examples of softwares that are known are, we have Windows 98. Then there is Unix. Basically, those are some of the operating system. More of like the in fact, like Windows 11 also, I can put it as an application software, sorry, operating system. So basically, the information that governs the how you use your computer, what we call the operating system or the operating softwares. So basically, I think I didn't say this about the application software. Those things, they're meant to, just like I put it, they're meant for the amusement of the consumer. So they're basically based on the graphical user part of the. I would call them as they're also called the graphical user interface, where the owner of the computer has uh, as an experience to work on them and to actually gain um, to gain what to gain what why they downloaded that application or to put the application in the first place. So for system software, it's just the computer itself doing whatever it has to do. But for application software, even you yourself, the consumer, you can have that interaction between you and that particular app and that computer. That's what I mean by GUI, or graphical user interface. We also have the proprietary softwares which you can only use when the owners have given you permission to that. Also have the freeware softwares, the softwares where you just download from any site and you start using them, that being being taken accountable of that. I think we have reached the climax of our meeting today. Okay, we can just end on 10. 10 is a good number. The internet grew, it's just a direct question. The internet grew in 1980 and 90s. It was first called what? What was the internet first called? What was the first name of the internet? ARPANET. Thank you. ARPANET. Exactly, ARPANET. And what does ARPANET mean? And what does ARPANET mean? Those are abbreviations. Abbreviations for what? So in case you are to, we know that Dme like doing these small questions. In case you are to find to be asked on what it means, basically it means Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. It came actually from APA. They used to call it APA, like like the let me say like the organization or the group of people that brought up the issue of the internet. They used to call themselves the APA. So it's Advanced Research Project Agency Network, ARPANET. That was the original name. That was the original name. Yeah. So unless there are questions, what we have discussed, unless there are questions, what we have discussed before we go at the end of the meeting.
Doc,
Yes, Doc.
sorry, you can just repeat on the what's this on the on number 9. I think I've forgotten the question.
Number 9. Let's see. Number 9 was saying what is the software. So we say the software is basically the inbuilt instructions. I would put it like that. You know, when you were starting to, the first question we had was what is a computer, isn't it? We said it is yeah, we said it is an electronic device that does what? That operates under certain instructions that are stored in its what? In its system or operating system. Yeah, so basically I would say I would put a software as basically the operating part of system of a computer. It's more of the instructions and the. I think I'd use the better term. I was defining. That's like the way the doc had put it. When you talk about hardware, yes, you can. When you talk of hardware basically. Yes, Doc, you want to say something?
Yes, I was saying you said programs that run up the computer.
Okay, I think thank you very much. I was looking for that term. Yes, programs. Yeah, I'll use that term. Basically, those are the things that you can't see, that you can't touch yourself. I would say they are the programs. That's the program of the computer that learn the computer, or that the computer is operated. That makes the computer to operate the way it operates. So we gave examples because the question was asking for even examples, and I think I gave 4 examples. Intangible. Thank you very much. Intangible programs of what a software is. The first one that I'd used was I'd used an operating system or an operating software. I'd used um, application software. I'd also used freeware software, and I'd also used proprietary software. Yeah. So on the application software, I used an example of the games that you installed in your phone, or the quiz rate that you installed on your phone, or the Bible that you installed on your phone. Your phone will still work as a phone even if you don't have the Bible in it. Your phone will still work as a phone even if you don't have a Quizlet in it. So basically, the Quizlet is just there for you to experience, or to do some specific task that the phone on its own cannot do. It creates the interface between you and your phone. That's where I was talking about the GUI, which is the graphical user interface, where you can have that communication between you and your phone. Basically, the information that your phone has, which is the operating system, you and the phone cannot have a direct interface with the operating system. I don't know if you're getting that analysis there. Then I talked about the other type of software, which is the proprietary software, which is a type of software that is owned by a particular company or a person that created it, and you would be charged if you were to use it and to claim it as yours, more of plagiarism or stuff like that. An example of that is Linux. Like I said, Linux is an operating system. So if someone like me, I go and claim it and I start putting it in, I make a device, then I start using that same operating system in my devices without permission from the Linux company. I'll be charged for stealing that particular software because it's a proprietary type of software. Then the last one that I talked about as an example was the freeware software, so to say. It's particularly a software that you are free to download. It's just there. You're allowed to download. You won't be charged for downloading it or for using it as part of yours, or you're using it. But just because you have rented DME plagiarism notes, it's quite important for you to not to claim it as yours. But yeah, always cite the owners. So basically, that's what a computer is, and those are some of the examples of what a computer or what softwares are, so to say. Unless there are questions, are there any questions, or have I answered your question, Dr. Lombe?
No, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else who has a question, or someone wants to add on, or citing is very important. You'll be attacked. You'll be attacked. It's very dangerous for you to be. It's a criminal offense, actually. Yeah. So this marks the end of our DME meeting. So just like I had said, yesterday, if you have uh, any questions on DME, you can just inbox any of the admins. Yeah, you can just inbox any of the admins. Then we'll make a video about it, then we post it on the Silo Connect web YouTube channel where you can watch it at on time and also help others who might have had the same question but they didn't think of asking. Yeah, so it will be quite important if you could do that. Then, so this marks the end of our meeting today. Then we are going to meet on Friday also to look at the notes. So just study the notes. The notes are there. The notes. Statistics is not DME. Statistics is not DME. I think Dr. Isaac is in. I'm seeing Dr. Isaac. You can just inbox him. He's the one who is going to handle such cases of statistics. I don't handle statistics. Me, I can only handle issues with DME and biology. Yeah. Unless there are questions on that one, or any announcements from the admin. Any announcements from the admins? Dr. Isaac, Dr. Charles, any announcements from the department?
Yes.
Yes, Dr. Charles.
The announcement is that yes. Tomorrow, I think at 21 exactly, the meeting starts for chemistry. Is it chemistry? So let's keep time so that at least we are able to cover a